All right. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Happy Memorial Day weekend. It is Sunday at 2 o'clock, and I'm here live with you. Today, I'm going to talk about swing trading basics. This is my monthly educational series, so it'll also be on my YouTube page. But I like to do it here live in the Facebook group. Before I go there, and I apologize that I'm a minute late. I got lost in the Rising Above COVID-19 Summit. I've been listening to the other speakers. I had the true honor of being one of the master teachers in that summit, and it's going on all week. And I highly recommend you get in there. And it's not about trading, it's for women from all different walks of life and avenues and domains that are sharing so much amazing wisdom. So I highly recommend. The link is, I can't see it here, but it's in the Facebook group. I know I put it in there, so you'll see it. It's the Rising Above COVID-19, A New Perspective, the Global Summit. So I highly recommend that you even take, a little bit of time to listen to, even if you don't catch mine. There's some really amazing speakers covering all over different domains and all over the globe. So anyway, I highly recommend. So, all right, today we're going to talk about swing trading basics. So, I like to come on, say hello, and then I'm going to shut off the camera so that I can focus on the screen over there without you looking at the side of my head. All right. All right. So who do we have here? Nadine, I was just in on it too. Love it. Oh, Nadine, welcome to the Ninja Tribe. And thank you for all your wonderful, fun comments. I read them all, and that was awesome. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, I'm going to talk about swing trading basics. And those of you who are new to trading, have no idea what swing trading is. Swing trading is basically, Daphne, good to see you. Hello, hello, Benny, hello. Benny is one of my enrollment crew, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to him or Yalit or Cleo or Bill. But anyway, so swing trading, simply stated, holding a trade at a minimum overnight, but no longer than a couple of months in general. Some folks, like Benny, right, like to hold it a lot longer. Benny's my, I'll hold it for a year, and then when it hits 100% or 200%, I'll start taking pieces off, right? Ben, you've got amazing patience, more than anyone I know, definitely more than me. You know me, I'm as patient as can be before I ever take a trade. But once I'm in it, I want to take that money and run like heck, right? But again, so for those of you who don't know, it's just holding a trade. If you're holding it overnight or longer, okay? And for us, most of the time, we day trade. We do take swing trades, which Sundays, the list actually is going to come out tomorrow since it's a long holiday weekend. But in general, Sundays, I create my top 4 list, which I've already started working on. And I give you my top 4 highest probability movers that I do like 3 to 4 hours of research. I look at thousands of charts, I hone them in. And every single week, those top 4 are hitting their targets and then some, in both directions. Okay, hold on. I have somebody wanting to get in on this. So Carlos, let me let him into the room. Give me 1 second. Hold on, where are you? I just saw the thing come up. I know he wanted to be here for this live. Hey, Benny, if you see, I think I made you an admin. If you see Carlos, oh, there it is. There it is. Hold on, I got him. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'll do his welcome later. But Carlos, welcome. If you're watching this, we held off for a moment just to let you make sure you got in. Okay, so back to swing trading. Your position can be long or short. When I set up my list, those of you who received that list or in my service, I set up both directions so that no matter which direction it's going, you can take a bite. And usually it gives us 3, 4, 5 opportunities throughout the week to take a bite in either direction. Swing trading is using a combination of technical and fundamental analysis to look for price trends and patterns. That's what I do in my research. I not only look at the technical patterns, but then I do some fundamental analysis on the company itself that I'm honing into my top 4 list. All right. Oh, what happened there? Wait, technical, oops. The goal is to capture a piece of the potential price move. We're not greedy. We don't want the entire piece, right? All we want is a bite, okay? So once you understand what we're doing and you can see a potential move, say you see a $20 move, potential move, you don't need the entire thing, right? You catch $5 of that, maybe 4 here, maybe 5 there, something like that. That's really a beautiful move for you. That's very nice. So how do you find those potential swings? First of all, you select a pattern to start with, right? And again, if you're new, a pattern is simply a setup in the trades, right? The charts are setting up a formation. And there are 2 very simple ones I like new people to start with, a pinball or a Fibonacci retracement. And I'm going to show you those on my Thinkorswim in a few minutes. I'm going to go live there. But what you want to do is use a screener. Those of you who are already traders will understand what I mean by what's a pinball or a Fibonacci retracement. I'm going to, again, show you in a minute. But you're going to use a screener like finviz.com to find a pattern. Okay, so let me go there right now and show you exactly what I mean. Where is Finviz? And let me switch my sharing over to Finviz. So Finviz right here, you'll see that there's on the 3rd tab is a screener. Okay, I'm going to go there now. And you can do fundamental analysis, technical analysis. See those tabs? I just go to all of them whenever I'm looking for something. Like, for example, if I'm looking for a Fibonacci retracement, first and foremost, I'm going to set it to optionable right here in this column because I trade the options. So I want to make sure that whatever tickers come up, you see how there are 4,000 charts here. So whatever tickers, whatever stocks I'm going to look at, I need to be sure that they have options, right? Because that's what we trade. The other thing is I want it to have some volume. So I don't want something that's not very liquid. So I usually go like maybe over 200,000 if I want to look at more charts. If I want to hone in more closely, I might go over 300,000. See how now we've got 3,000 charts? Then there's also a certain price range that I like it to move in a day. So if it's a swing, I'm looking for like, over $2, maybe over $1.50. And that's just going to tell you how much it's going to move. So now we've down to 1,200. And then I'm going to look at, if I'm looking for a Fibonacci retracement, let's see, I want performance, right? So I want the performance to be in the last week, maybe over 10% increase, really maybe 20%, but I'll go a week plus 10%. That means the stock itself has moved over 10% in the last week. So now I've got 300. You'll see it here, the total change, 318. And I'm going to go to the charts. And I can easily scroll through these, or I'll just download them to my Thinkorswim. But you can go through these and start to see where the moves take place. And again, this is, for those of you who are traders already understand what you're looking at here. When you look at these charts, let me just pull one in. I'll zoom in a little closer for you. You see this big move. A Fibonacci retracement is a big move up in particular, could be down, but generally it's a big move up, like right here. A big move up in a short period of time. And then it's holding at a certain level. So it has a higher potential, a higher probability to continue higher in the short term, not long term. See how it went higher for probably about 2 weeks and then dropped. So this is what we're looking for right in here. Once it makes that big move up on those fib retracements and it lands and it starts to retrace, then we're looking for something like that. Okay, so ABMD, a Biomed, would be something that I'd be looking at now, setting up a similar pattern right here. So as of Friday, right, it's been having this nice little move up. So I'd be looking at where can this go when it lands, when we have that first red candle, that first red day. Make sense? Maybe? Come back to the PowerPoint so I can see you guys. All right. So that's the screener that I would use. It's a free screener, so it's not, you can buy it, you can pay for it. I think it was a couple hundred, maybe $200-300 a year. But I just use the free version for now. I'll probably buy the elite version again. The difference is all the ads that pop up that slow things down. Let's see. So once you've found the pattern you're looking for, you want to select your top 10 potential trades. Right? Which ones are really set up the most powerful pattern, the most powerful way? And then you want to do your due diligence, both technical and fundamental, right? You want to look at the company, you want to look at the news, you want to see what's happening with that particular stock, also that particular sector, what's going on in general, okay? So once you do that, now you're going to set your trade plan. So now you've got it, you're finalizing your list to maybe your top 3 to 5. I do my top 4. And then you create a watch list for those swing ideas. Now you're going to set your entry, your exit, and your stop loss for each trade idea. Okay? You'll select your options for the idea, and then you're going to execute your trade plan. Once you do that, you've gotten in, you've gotten out, you've gotten your profit. You're going to journal your trade always, 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 always as a practice, as a ritual, as a routine. Journal your trades. Okay? So let's go to my weekly swing spreadsheet so I can show you our stats so far this month. So I'm just going to switch over because we do, again, I do my top 4. Where did you go? There it is. Again, this is just meant to be sort of a quick lesson for you guys. All right, so this is week 3. These are all my swings, right, for May. So week 1, we had Apple, Home Depot, Ulta, and PanW. Those are my top 4, and I show you the going long, calls, or Apple puts. So what this sheet shows you is all of the opportunities my top 4 gave you for the week. And this would have been your total investment, not at once, right? And these are all only buying one contract. One contract represents 100 shares of the stock. So for example, if you bought one of these Apple calls and you bought it on the 4th, you held it 2 days, right? You bought it for $5.40. It went up to $14.60. What does that mean in real money? In real time, real money means you spent $541.29 and you made $918.56. So you bought it for $5.40, you sold it for $14.59. You don't need that entire move, right? You didn't need to get that entire run. You probably would not have gotten the entire run. You might have got in there at about $6 and sold it for $12. Okay, so you bought it for $5.40. You maximum you would have been able to sell it for at that time was $14.60 for 170% profit. Okay, so again, you don't need the entire move because we're not greedy, right? We don't need to get the entire piece. We just want a bite. There's nothing wrong with spending $500 and making $500 intra-week in like 2 days. Okay, so these were what happened the first week. Total investment all week long, in and out, different trades. You would have spent $10,000, you would have made about $7,000, right? 70% increase on your portfolio that week. Now, let's just say you only got half of that, right? If you only got a few of those, right? Say you only spent $5,000 and made an additional $3,000, $3,500. Say the only trade you did was this one Apple trade and you made $1,000. How many of you would just that one trade have made a difference, right? Not even getting the entire thing. So I keep showing you guys these because, over and over again, you all, especially those of you who already know me, know what we're doing here. This is not about just trading, right? This is about getting crystal clear about what you want, who you are, why you're on this planet, and then using the markets to finance that. And this is one of the ways we do it, right? This is one of the things I teach you. One of my strategies is really just taking these short-term swings and building your account, your swing account, right? I recommend you keep 2 different accounts, one for your day trades and one for your swings. And you build that account slowly, steadily, consistently. And you start doing the things that you know that you're here to do. I don't know what it is for each of you, but you know what it is. You know why you're here. And all I'm doing is showing you some opportunities of how to finance that. Does that make sense? Let's take a look at week 2. Week 2, we had American Express, calls and puts, CME, Disney, and Peloton, calls and puts. And look at, it's even less here, right? But let's just say you bought this one, 25 cents. So again, one contract equals 100 shares, right? So 25 cents for one contract would have cost you $26, and you could have sold it for $88. Now keep in mind, this is only one contract. All of my trades are scalable. So whether you're trading 1 or 100, it doesn't matter. Let's just say you bought 10 contracts, right? Because see what you did. You made 252% increase on profit, not increase, profit on your position. So let's say we our position size was larger, and say we did buy 100. So we're going to go 100 contracts, right? Would have cost you $2,500. You'd have sold it for $8,800, you'd have made $6,300. You see that? So it doesn't matter whether you're buying 1 or 10 or 20, 50, however many you're buying. It just depends on your portfolio size and your appropriate allocation, your appropriate position size allocation, right? If you have a $2,500 account, you're not going to buy 100 contracts because that would be going all in, and that's not what we're doing here. But so let me go back there, leave it at 1. So I've used 1 contract for these for you to see how much it would cost you. $244 this one cost, and you would have sold it for $657. Again, maybe you get not that entire move, but if you only got 100%, how powerful is that, right? If all you got was just a piece of that move, and this one was overnight, right? Bought it on the 12th, sold it on the 13th. 1 day hold. All right, so you can come back when you watch this video, you can slow it down, you can actually take these, go back test them, go look at the times. You'll see it exactly what I'm talking about, especially those of you who are already experienced. And those of you who are like, oh, I don't know, how is that possible? Go take a look at these times, look at what the option was doing, look at what the stock was doing, okay? Next, we have week 3, which was this past week. We had Apple again, PayPal, Disney, and Square. Look at all the opportunities. Apple gave us some beautiful opportunities, particularly long, but also gave us a couple of nice bites. Base hits, right? 38%, 28%, 20%, 19, 11, 11, 27, 29. All of these this week were just some really nice, this is like a slow week, right? We're coming into the summer, so things are slowing down a little bit. So, we're not gonna have a bunch of those unless we do, right? But typically coming into the summer, you're not gonna see 170, 100, 200% that we see usually not during the summer, right? So we'll probably see more of these, 38%. But listen, you spent $1,100 and you made $400. You made a third, right? 38% is nothing to sneeze at. There are people who swing trade for weeks and months just to get 5%. And we're doing this, look at this, 9:35 on Monday, the next day, 10:20, 38%. Nothing wrong with that. In the Ninja Room, we do this intraday as well, right? Many of my trades give you just the top 4. This doesn't include the 30 plus bonus ideas that I give everyone, right? Because the key is get in, grab a bite, get out. So even if you don't get the entire move, 20% is really nice. 10% is a really nice bite. That's all you need. What else do you need, right? PayPal, look at all the opportunities PayPal gave us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different opportunities all week long, giving us some nice returns, 48%, 26%. Like if all you did was trade one of each of these, again, everybody's position size is different. Some people trade 10, some 50, some 100. So these numbers are going to change. Like if your normal position size, here's one, you would have spent $200, right? $2.25, and you make a nice 10%, right? $23. Doesn't seem like a lot, right? But how many of you would see a $20 bill on the ground and walk away and leave it there and go, it's only $20. I'll wait till it's like $1,000 on the ground, then I'll pick it up, right? How many of you actually know where that money's coming from and where it's going to, right? Because the truth of the matter is we're just stewards, truly. And when you got that, you got something. When you understand that. All right, let's go back to that worksheet. Square, like look at all of these. So again, I'm going slow with this so you can back test. You can see the times, what they moved. You can freeze it. You can, pause the video and go check it. For those of you who don't believe me, go check it. And this is a list that I put out on Sundays. Now this week, it's going to go out tomorrow. So those of you who want to get in the service and get on this list, right? This is the top 4 highest probability movers in both directions. I teach you exactly what to look for. So you can get on there, right? You can get on the list. Stop leaving money on the table, right? Your dream, it needs you. It needs you to be financing it, needs you to be living it, it needs you to be doing the things you need to be doing right now, not someday. Okay? All right, let's go back to, where is it? Let's go back to the Mad PowerPoint. All right, so before I end there for more info, I'm going to show you something. Let's go over to my Thinkorswim. So this is my screen right here. This is my Thinkorswim. And remember I mentioned two different setups, the pinballs or the Fibonacci. So I'm going to show you what a Fibonacci retracement looks like. So remember I said it's a big move up in a short period of time. So this one went from about $24.56 up to $34.63. That's a big move for this stock in 1, 2, 3 days, right? And it was based on earnings. They had earnings and they didn't even beat on earnings. You know, you should know trading in earnings is a complete gamble because it doesn't matter whether they beat. You can see here where it says their earnings estimate was 0.165. The actual was 0.16. So they came in, their actual came in lower than their estimate. And look at what happened to the stock. It shoots up like 50% or more. All right. And so what we're looking for is once it makes that big move, you want to wait for that retracement. You want to wait for that red day, right, to see where it lands. And I drew this Fibonacci retracement using the tool here, right? This is my Fibonacci retracements tool. You know, all you have to do is go from the bottom of the move before it ran to the top when it pulled back. So these are sort of almost about the same. So you just, once you draw that, now you know where it can retrace to, and you want to see it holding above this green line, that 1/3 retracement. And so if it's holding above, that's a very powerful move, and it has a higher likelihood of continuing higher, which it did, right? And I usually give it 2 or 3 days, and look at what happened on the 3rd day. Went up, and then the 4th day went up beautifully. Chopping around a little bit, but still you'll see the higher lows. It's still creeping its way up, right? This is AP. These are all right now. I mean, I'm looking at this in real time today, Sunday. BJ's setting up. It has not landed yet, right? So what I would do is once it lands, I'm not going to draw the Fibonacci retracement yet because it needs to retrace. It needs to have a red day like this. So we want to see where it lands so then I can take that measurement to say, okay, where has it retraced to? Like if we did it off of this one right here, you can see where it broke on the first retracement day, it broke through that 1/3 retracement, went all the way down to 2/3. So that's not the strongest move. It did bounce back to just below 50%. So the way it works is if it retraces 1/3, which means it runs up, people are selling, and it gets down to 1/3 and bounces, that's a pretty strong move. If it gets down to 50%, it's okay. Not the strongest move, but it's still okay. But when it gets down to 2/3, you don't want to see it breaking below that level because that's not a strong move at all. And you could see that first day it retraced, it went all the way below 2/3 and just sort of hung out in this level. So that's not the strongest move. So there's a higher probability for this one to come back to the downside, which it did. And so the next time it lands, right, it started to retrace a little bit here on Friday. The next time when this actually lands, when we see where the high is on Monday or wherever we finally get a high before we get a real retracement, I want to see, then I'll come in and go, let's just say this was the high, right? I don't want it coming below this 34.72 area, okay? Because if it does, look what it did last time, it kept going. If it stays above it, there's a much higher probability to go higher. So again, this is one you could keep on your watch list, right? Here's another one moving up from 96 to 110, about 10%, right? It started the move back here and it had its first move, right? Its first big move up. So when you do the first move, you could see it held well above 1/3, actually held above the 200 SMA, this is my 200 simple moving average, right? My 200-day moving average. And so once it held above that 1/3, look what it did. It retraced and then continued higher. All right. Splunk. Splunk is a fib retracement setting up right now. It has not landed. So again, wait for it to retrace to see where you draw your Fibonacci retracement. Okay, here's one that is just had a retracement. So I'll use the tool. It's holding up beautifully up here, but it could pull all the way back to 177. So I wouldn't touch it just yet. I would just wait for it, right? Let's see what it wants to do Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because Monday's a holiday. But let's see what it wants to do on the next session. And I'll see if it pulls back because technically it can pull all the way back to this 177 and still be completely fine. right? Still be a really strong move. So I'm going to wait for that. Up here, I had some of the pinballs I wanted to show you, but we won't get into that in depth. I do a lesson on that, but you could see these here, and I would take a screenshot. And if you're already trading, here are some pinballs right here setting up, right? What's that APOG? No, APOG is a rounded bottom breakout, not a pinball. So, but there's some setting up for you that you can go take a look at, and you can go trade them if you want. M is something that we're in right now. We're looking for this move over the 50. It's a pinball to the 34, but again, those of you who are new and don't understand, it's okay. There is a video on Fibonacci retracements, and there is a video on pinballs. And let me type in the room. Let me come back over here and type give you my, hold on. This is my YouTube address where you can find the videos. Lots of video lessons on there. Lots of really great simplified lessons for you to understand what a pinball is. And it's just a pattern. And the pinball itself is a temporary downtrend, a temporary reversal in a downtrending stock, right? And a Fibonacci retracement is a big move up. Let's see, Spotify. See that big move up in a short period of time. Went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days up, straight up. And then you want to see it start retracing, people selling off to see where they sell off, where it lands. And then if it lands well above that 1/3, I'd be looking for continuation to that upside. But again, I do a lesson on that, on Fibonacci retracements on that YouTube page. They're also, you can find them on the front of my website, www.ninjaoptionsworry.com. All right, let me go back to, hey, I'm getting really good at this flipping around technologically thing. There was not that long ago, I was not very good at this. Hey, Crystal, good to see you. Where is it? There it is, okay. So if you want more information on how to day trade or swing trade, like day trading is in the Ninja Room. We're in there every day from 9:30 to 10:30. We get in, we hit our target, we get out, we run like heck. Take that money and run. But for more info, visit us, particularly if you like the swing trading. This is a great way for you to start to grow your accounts. It's a great way for you to finance your next levels if you want to come in, and you want to start just to get even a feel for what we do. You can go to ninjaoptionsworry.com/membership and go to the weekly Swing Pro, and that'll get you started with the swing list. If you want to come into the Ninja Room, or you'd like to be invited in because nobody comes in without an invitation, you want to have a conversation with me, then I will type it right here. Hold on. And somehow one of the links wasn't working right. So I'm going to give you my other link from my calendar at Once Hub. All right, click on that link. Those sessions go very quickly. So click on that link. I don't even know if there's anything left, maybe in the afternoon for the week, but they fill up very quickly. So go there to Once Hub, schedule your session with me, or you can talk to any one of the, I'll type their names in here. My enrollment crew, we got Benny, who's here right now. Hold on. You got Yalit, Cleo, and Bill. Any one of those guys or girls. Talk to any one of them. They'll answer questions. They'll be happy. Those are current members of mine, and they're maniacs on a mission, right? So feel free to reach out to any one of them. Feel free to message me right here on Facebook if you have a question about something, or hop on my calendar and let's have, like, if you're serious and you're ready, you're really ready to start doing what you have to do to start manifesting that vision of yours and using the markets to finance it. If you're ready for that, then let's have a conversation, right? If you're ready to grow your retirement account, you're ready to have extra money, whatever it is, whatever that purpose is, if you're ready for it, and I mean really ready, not just interested. I've talked to some of you who are very interested, and I share the brief version of the story, the distinction between interested and committed that my little cousins and my nieces and nephews, I had one day of 5 kids, and I had them for the weekend. I told their parents, hey, I'm going to take the kids, you guys go have some fun, take a break. and they range from 2 to 8. And the 2-year-old, when the next morning when I said, what does everybody want for breakfast? Usually I get pancakes. The 2-year-old said, I want chocolate chip cookies. And the 8-year-old said, yeah, that's what you want, but what are you committed to? So of course I'm totally proud because at 8 he's getting this distinction. And she looks at him and she's like, chocolate chip cookies. And I said to him, listen, you got to explain the difference to her so she understands, because she doesn't understand it too, what you mean committed. He goes, all right. He thinks about it for a minute and he goes, all right, T, you want chocolate chip cookies? She says, chocolate chip cookies. Do you really want chocolate chip cookies? Chocolate chip cookies. All right, here's the difference. If you were committed to chocolate chip cookies, they would already be in your stomach. Drop the mic. I was so proud. I was so proud that this kid at 8 years old got that distinction, because there's a whole different frequency that you operate from. You all know exactly what I'm talking about. When you operate from absolutely committed versus wouldn't it be nice if. You know what I'm saying? Think about things in your life and times in your life when there was something you really were absolutely committed to versus something you really wanted and it would be nice if you could. Do you hear the difference in my voice? Do you feel the difference in the energy, right? There's absolutely, like, no holds barred, no kidding. I am going to have X, Y, Z. Like, you feel it in your soul. This is what I'm supposed to have. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is where I'm supposed to be, versus, gee, I really want it. You know, like, I really want $1 million. I really, no, most people tell me I really want more money. I just want more money. Okay, how much more money? I don't know, just more money, maybe, you know, an extra, if I can have an extra $100 a day. All right, a couple $1,000s a month. All right, you really want it? Yeah. Well, what are you committed to? What do you mean? Like, what are you committed to? Like, what are you willing to do what you need to do for whatever it is you want to do? And why? Most important question of all is why. Because, okay, let's say I help you learn and understand and know exactly what you need to do to make $2,000 a month. It's not a lot of money. It's an extra $100 a day. Let's say I show you that. Now what? What's going to be available for you in your life? What's going to be possible for you? What are you going to do with that money? Right? Some people, it's quit their job, just over broke. Right? What is it you really, really want? Got to run. Hope to speak to some of you soon. Okay, Benny, thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Right? That's the big question. What do you want and why? What's the difference going to be for you in your life when you understand not just how to trade, because trading is only a part of it. Like 90% of what we do is transforming your thinking. Right? This is not about getting some more information. It's about transformation. It's about transforming the way you think in your life. So whatever conversation you have about anything that's limiting you, like if you're thinking, oh, I really want to learn how to trade, or I really would want to get in that service, but, right when you hear that little but, that but is what stops you in your life. It has nothing to do with trading. Anytime you want something and you have a reason why you can't have it, I highly suggest and recommend you begin changing that thought process, changing that conversation to, as soon as you feel no, or I can't, or whatever, just say, gee, what if I could? I wonder what would be possible. I wonder what would happen if I did, right? Because we all know with the universe, God, Betty, Susan, whatever you want to call it, with God, all things are possible. So when you move beyond your own limitations, your own limited thinking, and you just start asking, what if I could? You know, ask a question like, what makes me truly come alive? Why am I on this planet? What is it I'm really here to have happen? I'm really here to transform whatever it is. I'm here to save the kitty cats. I'm here to save puppies, whales. I'm here to feed the homeless. I'm here, whatever your personal mission is. Get clear about that first and make a decision about that. And then come on over, let me show you how you're going to finance it through taking the money out of the markets. That's very simple. That's it, right? Any questions about anyone, from anyone, not about, from anyone, any questions at all? Those of you who are in here, any questions? Everybody good? If there are no questions, I am going to hop off. Again, feel free to reach out to any one of them, Benny, Yali, Cleo, or Bill. or me, or you can hop on my calendar there. I put the link right there underneath this video at my Once Hub link, my Schedule Once link. And if you're interested, or more than interested, if you want to know where you can find the swing trading, go to ninjaoptionswarrior.com/membership, and the membership options are listed there. The only one you can enroll in directly is the Weekly Swing Pro. If you're interested in coming into the Ninja Room, where we make it happen every single day, and we only trade an hour, we trade the first hour every day, and then we come back from 3:30 to 4 for a little teaching lesson and to check in for the close. But if that's what you want, then we need to have a serious conversation, right? You can't just go on my website and register for that. It's not a room for everyone. It's only for the absolutely committed. And it does not matter where you're at on the spectrum, whether you're brand new or you're a seasoned trader, doesn't matter, right? If whatever you're doing is not working for you and you're ready and committed to having it start working now, then let's have a conversation, all right? All right, everyone, listen, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you and share this time with you. And I will see you and speak to some of you very soon. Take care, everyone. Have a safe holiday.